Hey there, my friends at Tips for Senior. Welcome back. If you're over 60 and love starting your morning with a warm bowl of oatmeal, maybe a cup of coffee and a few quiet moments before the day begins, then this video is especially for you. Oatmeal has been called one of the healthiest breakfasts in the world, packed with fiber, heart-protective nutrients, and energy that's supposed to last all morning. Doctors have praised it, cereal boxes have marketed it, and we've all been told it's one of the best ways to start the day. But here's something most people don't realize. As we get older, the way our body handles food starts to change. What worked beautifully in your 40s might not feel the same in your 60s. Digestion slows, blood sugar regulation becomes a little trickier, and our metabolism just doesn't burn through calories as fast as it used to. So even something as simple as a bowl of oatmeal can either work for you or quietly against you, depending on how you prepare and eat it. Now don't worry, we're not here to take away your favorite breakfast. Oatmeal can still be one of the best things you eat all day, if you know how to make it right. The truth is, many seniors make small mistakes with their oatmeal without even knowing it. And those small mistakes can lead to blood sugar spikes, bloating, fatigue, or even slow weight gain over time. In fact, research shows that older adults process carbohydrates about 25% slower than younger people do. That means what used to be a steady, comforting meal can now lead to energy crashes before lunch. Have you ever felt that mid-morning slump where your brain gets foggy and your stomach starts to grumble again, even though you had a big breakfast? That's your body telling you something. It's not the oatmeal itself, it's how you're eating it. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We'll go step by step through the most common oatmeal mistakes people make after 60, and more importantly, how to fix them. We'll look at portion size, timing, what you add to your oats, and even how you store them. Because the difference between a food that heals and a food that harms often comes down to the smallest habits. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into how to make oatmeal your secret weapon for healthy aging, instead of a silent troublemaker in your morning routine. Let's start with something that surprises almost everyone. The first and most common mistake, adding too much sugar. Let's be honest, we've all done this one. You wake up, head to the kitchen, grab one of those little flavored oatmeal packets, maple brown sugar, apple cinnamon, peaches and cream, and think, hey, it's oatmeal, so it must be healthy, right? Well, not exactly. Those tiny packets may look innocent, but they're often loaded with sugar. Some have as much as 12 grams of added sugar in a single serving. That's about 3 teaspoons before you even add your fruit, milk, or honey. Now, when you're younger, your body can handle a little sugar rush here and there. But after 60, things work differently. Your metabolism slows down, your insulin response becomes less sensitive, and sugar stays in your system longer. What that means is, that sweet bowl of oats that tastes comforting at 7 a.m. could be the reason you're feeling sleepy, bloated, or craving another snack by 10. It sneaks up on you. You start your day thinking you're doing something good for your health, but by mid-morning, you're yawning and looking for another cup of coffee. And the worst part? You might even think, maybe I didn't eat enough, when in fact, you had too much sugar too soon. I remember a viewer named Carol from Arizona who shared her story. She said, I eat oatmeal every morning because my doctor said it's heart healthy, but I always feel tired by 10 o'clock. We took a look at her breakfast. She was using maple brown sugar instant oats, adding raisins and a bit of brown sugar on top. Sounds delicious, right? But once she switched to plain rolled oats, added cinnamon, and mashed half a banana for sweetness, she said her mornings felt completely different. Her energy was steady, no more crashes, no more cravings. That's the secret right there. Nature already gives us sweetness in a better form. Fresh fruit, a drizzle of honey, even cinnamon can satisfy your sweet tooth without sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster. Cinnamon in particular is a small miracle. It adds flavor, it helps control blood sugar, and it smells amazing. So here's what you can try tomorrow morning. Skip the flavored packets. Go for plain oats, old-fashioned or steel-cut. Add your fruit for natural sweetness, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and maybe a few nuts for texture. You'll be amazed how quickly your taste buds adjust. And you'll feel the difference too. Steadier energy, a clearer head, and no more mid-morning crash. You see, the best oatmeal doesn't come in a packet. It comes from your own bowl, your own kitchen, and your own little morning ritual. And once you experience that calm, balanced kind of energy, you'll never want to go back. Now that we've talked about sugar, let's move to another mistake that's just as common. One that quietly ruins your breakfast without you even realizing it. It's not about what you add to your oats, but what you forget to add. Now let's talk about mistake number 2, skipping protein and healthy fats. This one might surprise you because it's not about what you're doing wrong, but rather about what you're not doing at all. Here's the thing. Oatmeal on its own is mostly carbohydrates. That means it gives you quick energy, but it doesn't last. Think of it like lighting a match. Bright for a moment, then gone. Without protein or healthy fats, your blood sugar rises quickly, then drops just as fast. That's why you might feel good right after breakfast, but start feeling tired, foggy, or hungry again, just a couple of hours later. When we're younger, our bodies can handle that roller coaster. But after 60, our insulin response slows down, and our bodies don't process carbs as efficiently. If we don't give our system a little support, that morning spike and crash becomes a daily habit. And over time, it can lead to weight gain, lower energy, or even higher risk of diabetes. So, what's the fix? It's actually simple. Give your oatmeal a partner. Add a spoonful of Greek yogurt or cottage cheese on the side. Toss in some walnut halves or a drizzle of almond butter. These little touches add protein and healthy fats that slow digestion, steady your energy, and keep you full longer. If you like savory breakfasts, try this. Top your oatmeal with a poached egg, a few slices of avocado, maybe even a sprinkle of sea salt. Sounds strange? Maybe. But trust me, it's delicious and keeps you satisfied until lunchtime. One of our longtime viewers, Linda, shared something that stuck with me. She said, "I used to think oatmeal alone was enough. I'd eat a big bowl, but by mid-morning I was starving. Then I started adding a spoon of almond butter, and wow, what a difference." She said it felt like her body just calmed down. That's the power of balance. Harvard Health Publishing actually found that older adults who include at least 15 grams of protein in their breakfast report 29% fewer hunger spikes throughout the day. That's a real measurable difference. And here's the beauty. You don't have to overhaul your breakfast. You just have to make it complete. So tomorrow morning, before you sit down with your oatmeal, ask yourself, where's my protein? Where's my healthy fat? Maybe it's a handful of nuts, maybe a bit of yogurt, or maybe just a boiled egg on the side. Whatever it is, make it count. Because when you pair your carbs with protein, you're not just eating, you're fueling your day with intention. Now that we've built a solid, balanced bowl, let's talk about another big one, the kind of oats you choose. Because not all oats are created equal, and this next mistake catches even the healthiest eaters by surprise. Now let's move to mistake number 3, relying on instant oats every single morning. This one's sneaky because it hides behind convenience. We live in a world where everything's fast. Fast food, fast delivery, fast cooking, and instant oats fit right into that rhythm. You pour, stir, heat for a minute, and breakfast is ready. Sounds great, right? But the truth is, not all oats are the same. Instant oats are the most processed kind of oatmeal you can buy. They're pre-cooked, flattened, and dehydrated so they can cook in less than a minute. That might save you time, but it also changes how your body digests them. Instant oats break down faster, which means your blood sugar spikes faster, and then drops faster too. For younger adults, that's not a big deal. Their metabolism and insulin sensitivity are still strong. But after 60, it's a different story. That quick sugar spike can leave you feeling tired, cranky, or hungry again way before lunchtime. In fact, a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults who ate instant oats had blood sugar levels 35% higher after meals, compared to those who ate steel-cut or old-fashioned oats. That's the difference between steady energy and an energy crash that sends you reaching for snacks before noon. Now I get it. Life doesn't always leave room for slow breakfasts. Nobody wants to stand over the stove for half an hour waiting for oats to cook. But here's a simple fix. Mix and match. Try combining half instant oats with half old-fashioned oats. You'll still get the convenience of quick cooking, but with a slower, steadier release of energy. Or even better, make a batch of steel-cut oats once a week. They keep beautifully in the fridge for up to 5 days. Each morning, scoop some into a bowl, add a splash of milk or water, and warm it up. You'll have a creamy, satisfying breakfast in 2 minutes flat. No rush, no sugar crash. Here's a little tip I personally love. Add a pinch of salt when cooking your oats. Not for flavor only, but because it balances sweetness and enhances that cozy, hearty taste that makes oatmeal so comforting. A few slices of banana, a sprinkle of cinnamon, maybe some chopped walnuts, and suddenly, it's not just breakfast, it's self-care in a bowl. So remember this rule of thumb. The slower your oats cook, the slower your energy burns. And that's exactly what your body needs after 60. Gentle, steady fuel that keeps you focused, satisfied, and calm throughout your morning. All right, now that you know which oats to choose, let's talk about something that's easy to overlook, but can make a big difference in how your body handles your breakfast: medication timing. Because even the healthiest foods can interfere with your morning pills if the timing isn't right. Let's move on to mistake number 4, ignoring medication timing. Now this one might sound small, but for many people over 60, it can make a huge difference in how your day feels. You see, oatmeal is packed with fiber. That's one of the reasons it's so great for heart health and digestion. But that same fiber, the one that helps clean out your system, can also get in the way of certain medications if you're not careful about timing. Think of it like this. Fiber is a little sponge. It grabs onto things in your stomach, including some of the medicine you take. So if you eat oatmeal too soon after taking your thyroid medication, your blood pressure pills, or even your vitamins, that fiber might hold on to part of the dose, meaning your body doesn't get everything it's supposed to. The result? You might feel like your medicine isn't working as well as before, even though you've been taking it faithfully. I remember hearing from one of our viewers, George. He said, "I take my thyroid medication every morning with a big bowl of oatmeal, but my test results keep showing low thyroid levels." After talking it through, he realized he was eating his oatmeal just 10 minutes after swallowing his pill. Once he started waiting at least half an hour, his numbers improved, and so did his energy. Sometimes it's not about the food being wrong, it's just about the timing. So here's the easy fix. If you take medication in the morning, try waiting at least 30 to 60 minutes before having your oatmeal. Let your medicine do its job first, and if your doctor says it's okay, you might even move your medication to bedtime instead. That way, your morning routine stays simple. This tiny adjustment can make a world of difference. Because here's the truth. Even the healthiest food can backfire if your timing is off. You don't have to give up oatmeal. You just need to give your medicine a little head start. And when you do that, everything starts to work in harmony. Your heart medicine, your breakfast, your energy levels. You feel more balanced, more in tune with your body. That's what we want for you. Small, simple habits that quietly make your day better. All right, now that you've got the timing down, let's look at one more piece of the puzzle. Something most people never think about, but it can completely change how your digestion works, and it has to do with fiber diversity. Now let's talk about mistake number 5, forgetting fiber variety. Most people think, well, I eat oatmeal every day, so I'm getting plenty of fiber. And that's true, to a point. Oatmeal gives you a special kind of fiber called soluble fiber, mostly from something called beta-glucan. It's fantastic for your heart and cholesterol. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body doesn't just need one type of fiber. It needs both soluble and insoluble fiber to stay balanced. Think of your digestive system like a garden. Oatmeal plants one type of seed. Great for the soil, yes. But if that's all you ever plant, the garden becomes less colorful, less diverse, and less alive. The same goes for your gut. When you eat the same kind of oats every morning, you're feeding just one type of bacteria. Over time, that can reduce the diversity of your gut microbiome, the little community inside you that keeps digestion, immunity, and even mood in balance. And here's the thing. When your gut bacteria lose variety, your digestion slows down. You might notice more gas, bloating, constipation, or just that heavy feeling after meals. Not dangerous, but definitely uncomfortable. So how do you fix it? Easy. Add color to your bowl. Toss in a handful of blueberries for antioxidants, chia seeds for omega-3s, or a sprinkle of flax seeds for that crunchy texture and extra fiber boost. You can even mix in pumpkin seeds or sliced apples for natural sweetness. The more color, the better. Not just for your eyes, but for your gut health. A British Journal of Nutrition study found that older adults who ate a variety of fiber sources had 23% better digestive function than those who stuck with the same one every day. That's huge. And it's not about eating fancy superfoods. It's about variety. Maybe today it's oatmeal with berries, tomorrow with banana and walnuts, and the next day maybe with a spoon of Greek yogurt and cinnamon. The point is, your gut loves diversity. It thrives when you give it new things to work with. Different textures, different nutrients, different flavors. Because every small change you make sends a message to your body that says, hey, we're keeping things fresh down here. So next time you make your breakfast, don't just think fiber. Think fiber family. Give your gut a buffet, not a repeat. All right, now that we've cleared up all 5 oatmeal mistakes, too much sugar, not enough protein, relying on instant oats, eating too soon after meds, and forgetting fiber variety, let's talk about how to bring it all together. Because knowing what not to do is only half the story. The real magic happens when you learn how to build a balanced, smart, senior-friendly oatmeal routine that fits perfectly into your life. Now that we've covered what not to do, let's talk about how to make oatmeal truly work for you after 60. Because the goal isn't to give it up, it's to bring balance back into your breakfast. The beauty of oatmeal is that it's flexible. It can be warm and comforting in winter, cool and refreshing in summer, and it can adapt to your lifestyle at any age. The trick is to make small, thoughtful changes that give you steady energy and protect your heart and digestion, without turning breakfast into a science project. So, let's start simple. Choose the right foundation. When you're buying oats, skip the instant kind and go for old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats instead. They cook a little slower, but that slower digestion is exactly what your body needs. It keeps your blood sugar steady and gives you a calm, lasting energy instead of a quick spike. Then, add protein and healthy fat. Think of your oatmeal like a team. The oats are the base, but they can't do all the work alone. Mix in a spoonful of Greek yogurt, a bit of almond butter, or a few walnut halves. These small additions give your breakfast staying power. You'll feel full longer, think more clearly, and have fewer cravings before lunch. Next, add some color, not just for the looks, but for your body. Blueberries, raspberries, apple slices, banana chunks, chia seeds, or flax seeds. Each one brings its own kind of fiber, antioxidants, and natural sweetness. When you eat with color, you feed your body variety. And the more variety you have, the happier your gut microbiome becomes. And here's a tip that makes life easier. Cook once, eat often. Make a big batch of oats once a week and store it in glass containers in your fridge. In the morning, just reheat a portion with a splash of milk or water, stir, and it's ready to go. This small prep saves you time, reduces stress, and helps you stay consistent. Because healthy habits only work if they're easy to keep. Timing matters too. If you take morning medication, remember to give your pills about 30 to 60 minutes before eating your oats. That little pause lets your body absorb the medicine properly before the fiber steps in. Think of it like giving your system a head start, a short wait that makes a big difference in the long run. And if you ever feel like switching things up, try savory oats. Add a soft-boiled egg, a sprinkle of cheese, maybe some sautéed spinach or mushrooms. It's warm, satisfying, and gives you a brand new flavor without the sugar. The truth is, your breakfast doesn't have to be complicated to be powerful. When you start your morning with balance, good carbs, healthy fats, protein, color, and timing, you're not just feeding your stomach. You're setting the tone for your entire day. You feel lighter, clearer, more energized, and your body thanks you for it. According to research from the Harvard School of Public Health, adults who alternate between high-fiber and high-protein breakfasts have an 18% lower risk of heart disease and better long-term blood sugar control. That's not just a number. It's a sign that consistency truly pays off. So remember, don't chase perfection. Build a rhythm. A bowl of balanced oats 2 or 3 times a week is more powerful than a perfect meal you only stick to for a few days. Healthy aging isn't about restriction. It's about steady, mindful habits that you actually enjoy. All right, my friend. Now that you've built your balanced oatmeal routine, let's bring it all together and talk about what this really means for your health, your energy, and your life. So, my friend, we've come a long way together today. You've learned the 5 oatmeal mistakes that so many people over 60 make: adding too much sugar, skipping protein, relying on instant oats, eating too soon after taking medication, and forgetting fiber variety. Each one sounds small on its own, but together, they can quietly shape how your body feels every single day. Here's the beautiful part. Fixing them doesn't take big changes, just small, mindful steps. When you build your morning with balance, when you give your body the right fuel at the right time, it starts to reward you. Your energy becomes steadier, your digestion smoother, and your mood calmer. You start to wake up feeling more like yourself again, strong, clear, and ready for the day. And that's really what healthy aging is about. It's not chasing perfection or following strict diets. It's learning to listen to your body, to notice the quiet signals it gives you, the hunger, the tiredness, the calm after a good meal. It's about creating a rhythm that supports you, not exhausts you. A simple bowl of oats can do more than fill your stomach. It can steady your heart, sharpen your focus, and give you the comfort of knowing you're taking care of yourself in the best way possible. Because every small, consistent choice, like choosing the right oats, adding a handful of nuts, or waiting a few extra minutes after your pills, adds up to something powerful. And if you've made it this far, that means you care, not just about living longer, but about living better. So, if this video helped you learn something new or made you rethink your morning routine, do me a small favor. Tap that thumbs up, share it with a friend who also loves oatmeal, and make sure you're subscribed to Tips for Senior. Because here on this channel, we're building a space where wisdom meets wellness, where every video helps you stay strong, sharp, and full of life after 60. And before you go, here's a little sneak peek for next week's episode. We're diving into another healthy food that can be just as tricky as oatmeal: bananas. They're sweet, comforting, and full of potassium. But if you're not careful, they can quietly mess with your blood sugar and digestion too. You won't want to miss it. So until next time, my friend, stay curious, stay kind to your body, and keep nourishing your best years ahead. Because your healthiest chapter isn't behind you, it's just beginning.